Oh my god. Alright, so Spider-Man Far From Home. If Endgame was the last chapter of the conclusion of the book, this is the epilogue. The Spider-Man movies from the MCU, they don't take themselves seriously. From the original Spider-Man trilogy to the Amazing Spider-Man trilogy, even if they were goofy at times, the movies were still big. But that's probably why I also didn't like the first Spider-Man Homecoming movie as much as everybody else seemed to really like it. It did grow on me a little bit as I was rewatching all the movies, but I can definitely say that Spider-Man Far From Home, I like this better than Spider-Man Homecoming. And there's quips, gags, visual humor, and comedy that just relies on the actors and how they deliver their lines. But do you really want to know why this movie just is ridiculous? Besides the part of the movie where Spider-Man is called Night Monkey from his black suit, and everybody in the media seems to take it seriously. Or the fact that there's a, hey look over there, cliche, as Peter Parker's trying to get his entire class distracted, looking out in the window as he shoots a drone with his web slinger. The real moment of insanity comes from the second act to the third act of the main villain's real motives. Here's the twist, guys. Mysterio is actually one of Tony Stark's old employees. This is an employee that created the hologram system that you saw in Captain America Civil War. It was called Barf, remember that? Mysterio is actually just a facade. He's not even from an alternate universe. He was fired by Tony, and now he's off to take back his technology and use it against the world so that he can become a symbol of peace. And it's not just him that's doing this. It's a group of Tony Stark employees that all banded together to create this scheme. Do you remember that one scientist in Iron Man 1? Stain said, Tony Stark was able to create this in a cave with scraps. And the scientist says, I'm not Tony Stark. He's also in this movie, and he's also part of this scheme. Yep, a bunch of different extra characters in movies. One that maybe wasn't even in the movie. I don't know. Do you remember? I don't know. Nobody remembers. And then one that just had a couple speaking roles are the main villains of this movie. And you expect me to take that seriously and roll with it? Okay, I do roll. You do roll with it, because it does make sense in the timeline. I mean, there's no real plot holes that come from it, because these people are so insignificant. But I am so shocked that like everybody else, including myself, is okay with this. But that also goes back into the Spider-Man movies in the MCU being taken not as seriously as the other movies are. Because of that, they are able to get away with stuff like this. And to be fair, some of the other head scratchers in this movie, there are explanations of this. There were times where I was really wondering how much Peter Parker could get away with sneaking away from his classmates. But then Mary Jane does say that nobody really ever pays attention to Peter. The Night Monkey scenario, that does work into the movie's themes of illusion versus truth. This is a world where superheroes exist, so I guess this is literally the least weird saying that's happening in the day. But there is still a lot to unpack with this movie. Great action, great characters, and all the actors did a great job in their roles. And whenever the movie is honestly throwing at you in the screen, you're just along for the ride. So, this movie's gonna get a 3.8 out of 5 stars. Alright everybody, that is my Spider-Man Far From Home review. It's gonna be nice to be able to relax and take a break of all the Marvel movies until the next phase comes into play. What did you guys think of this movie? Was I the only one that thought this movie was a WTF moment? Or did you guys just roll with the punches? Thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe. I'd be very appreciative of it, as this is a new channel. And I hope you guys were entertained or at least enjoyed the rant. Alright, bye!